Here's Demarcus Lawrence from Boise State on the line.
Another conversion guy listed as a defensive lineman, but probably going to make his living standing up. So those linebacker drills later are going to be very important to this young man. Great two-year production at Boise. 20 sacks in 2 years. He's got to get a little stronger. I know he can run. It looked good on tape running.
Unofficial hand time of 4.72. 1.63 split at the 10-yard spot. Now is Ethan Maliuna.
Yep. Planting that foot, getting out of there.
Another guy that's got to be a 3-4 outside linebacker right here.
The dulcet tones of three-time Super Bowl champion Willie McGinnis joining this broadcast.
Yep. Ooh, nice feet.
Good to have you, Willie.
It's good to be here, Rich.
There it is. Hit it.
Demarcus Lawrence.
Yep, he's a 34 outside linebacker conversion. Mechanics, but you also see heavy hands, and you see an ability to slide and move down the line of scrimmage with your eyes up.
It's just one of those old drills that they just won't get rid of.
Here comes another 34 outside linebacker candidate, Demarcus Lawrence from Boise. Pretty obvious because you can see they're not used to it, and you can see action. It's a hard drill for a guy that's never stood up before.
Here's Demarcus Lawrence.
That's pretty good right there.
That is really good.
And there's a guy you look at him, you go, okay, I get it. I can see the conversion. Now, he's got hands like feet, but that's okay.
He's got to get a better pass, Mike. I mean, these quarterbacks got to put it on him, give him a little leeway. But, you know, the one thing that this thing is going to help with these guys, if they're going to be.
Isms are catching on as we see Demarcus Lawrence. Because when D. Ford said that Clowney's film looked like he was a blind dog in a meat market,
once the arm goes up,
that's almost word for word some of the things I've heard Sapp you say on game day morning.
Nice and clean.
And he is right, because that's why I had to get up and walk around the room and calm myself down and come and sit back down and start watching the tape again. I had to take the emotions out of it, because
for those who may not understand what that saying means in relation to the tape, why don't you explain it, Warren?
Okay. A defensive lineman, when they say he's a blind dog in a meat house, is like putting a blind dog inside a butcher shop, and he can smell the meat. He knows it's right by him, but he's just barking and woofing. He can't bite anything because he can't see it. Bark is worse than his bite because he can't bite.
That's funny. That's funny. Now, this kid Lawrence has some ability. He's raw, 2 years in junior college. I watched him against Nevada, and he ate up Nevada's right tackle, but struggled against their left tackle, who happened to be a guy named Joel Bitonio.
We saw on Saturday. Who
I think is a second-round left tackle, and Bitonio kind of handled him all day long, so that he's got to learn how to use his speed, better use of his hands. He's an athletic kid that's got a future.
.481 second attempt. And here's Ethan Maliuna.
Cassius Mark, UCLA.
That's the big thing, getting around that edge, wasted time getting around the corner. You don't want to round it. As soon as you get around that tackle, you want to lean and get in.
And it's, Willie, it's about dipping that